Today on the channel, we're going to learn how to play For Those About to Rock by AC/DC. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to play For Those About to Rock by AC/DC. This is a great AC/DC song. It's in the key of E, and AC/DC is tuned to standard, so our standard E is right there for everybody. Alright, so I'm going to break this song down in a couple segments. I'm going to show you how to play the intro. I'm going to show you how to play the verses and the choruses and then the ending, okay? And I'm going to give you some insight on the guitar solo that Angus plays. It's very cool, and give you some tips on the key change and what he does during that solo, okay? So from the very beginning, we're going to start off with this little riff that Angus does up here on the 12th fret. It sounds like this. Okay, so if you notice, there's two different changes in that riff. He starts off playing it 2 times through one way, and then it converts to another version of that same riff. And that's because Malcolm starts playing a rhythm part, and Angus starts rearranging this riff to go over the chords that Malcolm's doing, okay? So let me show you the very first part of this intro riff before he switches the rhythmic pattern to it. The first part, the first half of the riff goes... So we're taking this, it's a shape like a D chord. We're going to play it up here, and we're going to be, it's actually a B major way up here. So we're on the 11th fret on the G, and the 11th fret on the high E, and on the 12th fret here in the middle on the B string. And I play this chord shape like this. Instead of playing it standard way like everybody else, I flip my fingers around like this because I can go major, minor a lot easier, okay? And one thing I'm doing is I'm holding my guitar pick in my, I'm holding my pick in my hand like this, so I can pluck these strings. He's playing this introduction with his 3 fingers, his pointer, his middle, and his ring finger, and he's got each finger on the top 3 strings of the guitar, like a claw, okay? So, and he's doing this. And it gives it that percussive sound, okay? So we're playing this chord shape. And we're going to go minor. It's major, minor. So we're going to take our pointer finger and move it down to the 10th fret. So it's going to go... So that rhythm is... When I'm doing that second, that third chord is, I'm playing the 11th on the G, the 12th on the B, and the 14th on the high E. And then the 4th pattern, I'm going to bring this down so it's like a sus chord. And my pinky is going to be on the 12th fret on the high E. So the chord shapes sound like... like that. And once again, the rhythm, and it's percussive, it's so I'm plucking harder on the first hit, and I'm putting most of the emphasis with my pointer finger on the G string. I'm lightly playing all those strings together. So again, it goes... like that. Now the second variation of that is it's the same chords, but the rhythms are different. It sounds like this. He holds that last when the song finally kicks in. Okay, so I'm going to put the tablature on the screen. It's already on there for that. So those 4 chords in the beginning, it's a B major, a B minor, then that's a version of a B major, and then that's a B, like a with all fifths, and then that's a B sus4. All right. So now in the beginning of this, after the very beginning where Angus plays that part twice, when it kicks into that second variation, Malcolm does something very interesting. He holds a B chord down here. He goes. All right. So this B chord, he's just playing a power chord. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to go B, and then I'm going to play a G. I'm just going to it's like a G chord like this, but I'm going to just put my ring finger on the 3rd fret on the G string, or the E string. I'm going to go, and I'm going to ride down F sharp on the 2nd, and then an E power chord. What I'm doing there is G, and then the middle, the open D and the open G string. So, that's an F sharp and a D, E. You have to be that precise with it. You can go. Okay? It's not rocket science, man. It's AC/DC. But the counting is important and the rhythm is important. So what Angus does up here when he changes to this different rhythm pattern, it's very important that you count this right. So we're doing a B and a G riding down to an E, but the count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 4. So he hits this G on the 3rd beat, and the second time he plays the riff, he plays it on a 1. So what I mean is he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's weird. So it rides down on the 3rd beat of the measure the first time, and then he does it on the 1 of the second time, okay? And then he changes it to this. 2, 4. So it's the same thing. But he's hitting this A chord as a second note on the 3rd beat. Then B, A, 2, 3, 4. Strange, but you got to get that right, because that's why Angus changes this riff up, is because Malcolm is doing this special counting thing to make it cool, you know. And everyone says AC/DC songs all sound the same. Their formula may be the same, but the songs don't sound the same, and they're very complicated. It's easy to think these songs. It's easy to think that these songs are not complicated, but They're well crafted, and they're pretty complex, man. It's the devil's in the details. Okay. All right. So after the band kicks in and they play that riff, the drums are going. That's the verse part, all right? So he's doing a B. Now listen to the syncopation where it's like 1, 2, 3. There's like a push. Okay, and then the chorus goes back to. For those about to rock, we salute you. Back to a verse. It's very, very cool. All right, and then probably Angus is probably they might be doing different positions. It's always good. It's always a good idea when you're having a 2-guitar band. If one guy's down here going, the other guy might be, up here like that. Something like that. Just play the chords in different areas on the fretboard to give the tonality and the dynamics something else, as far as the spread on the mix, and makes it sound fuller on stage and in the studio. All right, so what we're going to take a look at now is the guitar solo, and after the guitar solo, it changes keys in the guitar solo, but after the guitar solo, they do this big finale ending, which is a little bit different than what we just did. All right, so before the guitar solo, they do this. They hold this E out like this, and Angus goes. He's up here on the B string on the 12th fret. Okay, and then Malcolm, behind the solo, he's going. They change the key to A. He's punching on that D. He's going A to D. 2, 3. And then halfway through the solo, he's going to start going. G to D. So when Angus starts that solo, he's just chugging on that A, doing this D to A thing, and then he changes to the like that behind Angus. That's very important because when Angus plays those leads, that rhythm is what makes those leads sound really cool. Yeah, Angus was a great player, but it's that rhythm behind that guitar solo that makes that solo come to life. Much like Van Halen's stuff. Eddie was a great, great lead player, obviously, but the rhythm behind what he was doing and those chord progressions really made his solo stand out. So you always want to put your lead player in the best light, okay? So what Angus is doing in this solo is very similar to You Shook Me All Night Long. Angus, he played, a lot of the same riffs, which is fine. A lot of great players play to their strengths and do what they do well, and we love it, right? So what he's doing in this song is very, very similar to You Shook Me All Night Long. So when Malcolm is down here with this A, Angus has this killer vibrato. He's in the A minor pentatonic box up here. But he's going to also slide up to the second position. Like that. And then he's also gonna play a little bit with the major, which he does in You Shook Me All Night Long. Many rock players, blues players, hard rock guys like to toggle between major and minor. Billy Gibbons did it. Tons and tons of guys do it, and it really makes those solos sound dynamic. So when Malcolm is playing this thing, Angus starts off bending this the 8th fret on the B string up a whole step to an A. He puts that little vibrato on it. He does this lick that's like, so that's how it starts off. Okay? And then he slides up to the second position. So he's up here in the second position, just kind of noodling around. And then he's going to, when Angus changes to the, or Malcolm changes to, he starts going, he's playing the major, he's playing this B on the B string on the 12th fret. So when he's hitting this G chord, it goes along well with that chord progression. So he's playing to those chords. So in a nutshell, starts off with him playing straight A minor. Then stuff like that. And then when Malcolm changes the chords, stuff like that, right? So what I'm doing there is I'm on the 12th and the 10th on the B string. I'm bending up on the 12th. And that's an A. So what we're doing right there, we're playing around with that those blue notes. I'm going to bend up one step and then hit the high E string. And then you can slide back down to minor. Okay, and that's pretty much what Angus is doing in that solo. He puts one of those double stops in there. So if you play around with that, you're not going to do anything wrong. It's going to fit the song perfectly, okay? You just got to make sure you switch up to this when they're doing the... Then go back to minor. And then they're going to go back to... They switch back to that verse part. They change keys back. And the vocals come back in. Okay, so at the very end when the cannon fires, the cannon part, when he goes, for those about to rock, he's going G, D, A, then back to B. For those about to rock. G, A, B. Fire. And they kick in with the drums and play on tempo. They end repeating that G, D, A. And Angus does something like that. He's up here like on the 12th fret. What I'm doing there is I'm on the G and the B string, and I'm bending an octave up, or a whole, I'm bending it so it's a unison, like this. So I'm on the 14th and 12th on the G and the B, bending that G string up. I'm going to go up to the 17th and 15th, and then go down the 14th and 16th. You can go up one step there to the 17th and 19th. And then a B. I hope that all made sense. I know this is a quick lesson today, but I wanted to share some AC/DC with you. Seems like AC/DC is kind of popular on the channel. It's been a while since we covered it. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Comment below. Let me know what's your favorite AC/DC song. What would you like to learn next? Until next time, have a great day. Peace out.